to the Very Ann Show. We're still talking to Chris Johns, who's talking us through his Hoppy's Hand Wash Cafe. Because it's a cafe too, isn't it?
You can sit there, have bacon and eggs, a cup of coffee, a cake. It's all good, it's all there.
I can't believe it. It was actually really cosy.
No.
Because you do. I thought it was just going to be a coffee when I went up there and it's going to be really daggy. But it was actually really high end. Really great barista.
It's all around 15 to 30 minutes. If we don't do it in 30 minutes, the next wash is free. So we make sure we get you in and out as quick as we can, but just enough time for a cup of coffee and read a bit of the paper.
It's a great idea. Where did the idea come from, where people could sit and have coffee and watch their car being pampered?
Oh, there's no such thing as a new idea. I pinched it from Melbourne, actually.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I'd never heard of it before. Had you, Ems?
No.
No, it's a great idea. I love the idea that you can just... And it was so exciting when me and Liv, my daughter, when we were at Hoppy's at Bowen Hills, got into the car and I was like, oh my God, it was all spruiked and beautiful and clean. So I was quite excited. Yeah, so look, this is what bothers me, all right, about Aussie sport and Aussie men and their sport. As you expect your women to get involved. And there's a lot of women like me that are not sporty people. I'm not interested in football or soccer or cricket. It's boring. So I don't understand. So does Lisa, your wife, and I've met your wife and she's a bloody good laugh, does she follow the sport?
Yeah, not really. When I was playing, she did. You know, she'd go to the game. But I think that there's a big social aspect to it there too. And if you ever get back on speaking terms with Alf, he's also known as Corporate Alf at the Broncos.
Corporate Alf is in.
He'll get you up in a nice little box. You don't have to spend too much time watching the game. You can have a nice Chardonnay, a few drinks, something to eat. It's a nice environment for a nice night out.
Did you hear that, Mr. Langer? Private box. I want spoiling. If we ever find you, Alfie, wherever the fuck you are, I want that box and I want spoiling. Johnsy has almost promised me that you're going to do it for me, Alfie Langer, to come out from wherever you are. So look, is that why the women get into it?
Oh, you know, I think it's an appealing sport for women, you know, men, everyone. You know, I think it's a contact sport and it's exciting. And you know, the rugby league's done a lot of work over the last 20 years to really get women involved in the game. And as you can see in the papers recently, they're nearly making it compulsory to have a woman on every board of every NRL football club. The Gold Coast, there's a lady now that's the chairman of the Gold Coast Titans.
Is that right? Can I just touch very briefly on a subject, and I'm sorry to do it with you, Chris, I'm really sorry. Yeah. But when I arrived in Australia 12 years ago, NRL, when I think NRL, my first memory was of these silly young girls that will go to certain pubs where they know the footballers hang out, and then you're hearing about sexual assault, to put it mildly. Yeah. Now, do you find that because you guys are in a vulnerable position because you were football personalities, and how do you feel about that? Because that's how I associate NRL sometimes. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that that's 100% right what you're saying there. I think, you know, like I'm continually amazed that, you know, like parents and that can let their children, you know, young girls be looking as, you know, Pink, have pictures of Pink on the back of their door and idolising her. You know, but no one's ever said anything about, you know, or probably not Pink for that example, but rock stars, but there's always drug abuse, there's a lot of problems, and they're not role models.
I think Miley Cyrus is a big one.
Miley Cyrus, yeah.
My friend's daughter, she's young, she's beautiful, she's a bit like yourself, and she was getting gussied up. And I said, where are you going? And she said, I'm going down the Normanby tonight. And I said, well, isn't that the hotel where all the footballers go? So you're almost, if you're there, isn't it, to me, if I were a footballer with raging hormones and there's these beautifully done up sexy girls that are literally saying shag me written on their foreheads, and then you moan afterwards and go to the press because you've had your tits felt up by whatever, is that where we're going?
Oh, well, that can't happen. You know, there's indecent, touching women indecently and treating them indecently is not, it's just not for anyone, whether you're a football, a rock star, or a cricketer, an AFL star. And it's not. But you know, you're right. Like there is a lot of adulation out there, and there's probably a lot of people go there to see the superstars of our game, especially the young superstars. So a lot of pressure on them. But you know, in this day and age, you know, it's just unacceptable behaviour to do anything that, you know, like groping or anything like that.
Especially now with social media, you can't get away with anything, can you?
No, you know, you're being interviewed 100% of the time, you know. There's a budding reporter out there at every place you look.
Or someone with a camera phone or whatever. So do you get scared, or do you feel okay now that you've retired and you're
50 years of
back
age?
set?
No one's going to be.
Yeah, but you're still good looking bloke, Chris. Sorry. You're still, and there's a lot of young girls, make me right, Em, that would just...
Oh, he's gorgeous.
that would still want to hit on you. Number one, because you're attractive. Number two, because you've got a profile. Number three, you're wearing a wedding ring. And there's so many girls that see that as a challenge.
Yes, that's right.
Massive. So, but because you're a bloke's bloke, that's the first thing I noticed about you. I said that to my husband. He's a guy's guy. He's really hard to talk to, which is good. Now we're all right. But I mean, at the beginning, a few years ago when I met you, I was like, odd. No, it's because you're a bloke's bloke, so you're all right. But if you was a charmer, stroke sleazebag, it will put a whole different perspective on things. So yeah, lucky Lisa. She's got a nice one. Anyway, we're going to wrap up this segment and go for a break. It's our second break, isn't it, Phil? We're going to... Hello? Yeah, okay. All right, everyone. So we're going to our second break, and we're going to come back and... Oh, we're going to do Watson's World. No, we're going to do Watson's World after the break. Fuck it, we'll just do so much fucking editing today. Fuck. Oh, there's so much editing to do now. Shit. I was hoping to get in and out. All right, thanks. Yeah.
This is